Hello and welcome to the stream. We are casting today Backyard Brawl Round 4, Rose versus F9SSS. All right. That's my pleasure. All right. Once F9SSS gets loaded in here, looks like they just did, they can go ahead and start the draft. They're just deciding whether they want to jump in voice or text. Oh. While they are doing that, I will get everything going. Perfect. Just turn myself on mute so I don't hear myself. Okay. Looks like we're all set up. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and get in voice real fast. And then once they're in voice, I imagine they'll start draft. Yeah, they're just in the voice. Awesome. Alrighty. Sounds good. Looks like they're just flipping to see who's going to start the draft off. Alright. Rose go ahead and drafts first, and she drafts the Rachel Alucard. That's something that Rose has been known to play. Pretty exciting to see, as always. I enjoy watching Rachel. She's a fun character. We'll have to see what F9 go ahead and drafts here in response. Of course, both players going to have to draft 2 Season 7 characters at some point. Looks like we just see the full draft from Rose here. We just straight up see the Anchi, the Gold Lewis, and the Rachel all drafted. An Arachne. I respect the heck out of that. Arachne, Kai, and what else can we get here? Another Gold Lewis, though. We see a lot of Gold Lewis. This is the first Anji I think we've seen on my stream. I know Rose has been experimenting with Anji and playing Anji. Anji's a fun character. I also enjoy Anji. I got to play 3 hours of Anji straight one time, and that was a bit of fun. I think F9 just kind of deciding what their last level or Season 7 character is going to be. It's taking a second to think. Oh, looks like they got him. What do we have? We have a Leo Whitefang. Now, we saw Leo last time on my stream. Last time we kind of got like the classic Wild Swing top deck Leo. So I wonder if we're going to see that kind of style Leo again, or if we're going to see a more of a boost and setup kind of Wild Swing Leo. I have seen both playstyles, and I have seen both work out. One's just a little bit more random than the other. Looks like they're just going to go with a random order for their selection. Maybe. They're discussing how they want to do a selection beg. Well, I hope all y'all are doing well out there today. Well, we go ahead and wait for them to decide what they're going to do here. Should be an interesting set of matches regardless. Alright. We see the Gold Lewis brought out for Rose first. Then we see a Kai brought out for F9. Then we see a Rachel brought out into an Aracune, but of course they can't do that. Oh, just dropped the Leo White Fang into the Aracune bag there. Oh, and then they did it again. Well, a little bit of lag trouble, I imagine. No problems. It happens to the best of us. There we go. Yeah, I think they're starting to realize that they can't do the Arachnid versus Rachel. Although it'd be fun to see that matchup. By the tournament rules, we are not allowed to see that matchup. Because it has to have a Season 7 character in every single matchup. So if they don't fix it when they get to it, I'll go ahead and step in and ask them, but should be fine. Yeah, Rose is just swapping it around right now. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to see Rachel versus Kai in our first match. Kai gets a lot of bonuses for staying at, or gets bonuses on some of his cards for staying at range 2. Of course, he's going to be able to cancel and then move around to get that range 2 bonus once per round. His DP becomes speed 7 on range 2. He has a range 4 with a close 2 attack that at range 2 will make the opponent discard a card at random. And then he also has his Fireball that if at range 2 gets plus 2 power and gives advantage, which is quite neat. Of course, you don't have to play at range 2 as Kai, he just has some added benefits for doing so. Rachel, more of a zoning type character, has a lot of movement. She can go ahead and ditch force in order to move and then take another action. It's only 2 force per game round, but it is pretty fun to just move around with. Of course, Rachel wants to set up a bunch of lightning rods on the field and just kind of shock the opponent. Those lightning rods do have 2 non-lethal damage sitting on them, which can indeed stun the opponent if they're not playing any guard. She does have to be careful, though, because Kai can just hit her with a stun edge from across the field if he really desires. I believe we saw the mole from Rachel already. I think Kai is thinking about moling, either that or Kai's decided to keep already. We're just going to see the guard boosted for Kai, looking to generate some of that early gauge, make any attack safe if Rachel decides to strike into them. We're going to see the Bun Lily come out. It's just going to go for her ability, which is going to allow her to retreat 2 and then strike. This puts her out of range of everything except for stun edge. So unless there is a stun edge in Kai's hand, they're just going to have to probably drop something here to either try and get in or just negate the damage. It is just the Lobelia that I imagine we're seeing here. The tiny Lobelia. 3 to 6 range, 3 power, 4 speed, 4 guard. Either that or we could see something like a block in order to generate some gauge. But I have to imagine it's just a tiny Lobelia to get things going. Rachel going to start getting that early set up. Deal a little bit of damage while she's at it. We're going to see the Wild Swing here from Kai. Oh, we got a Sacred Edge. That's unfortunate. And we got the Stun Edge. We got the option that actually answers this. Okay. Add the Bun Lily to gauge. We're going to throw down the Lobelia somewhere. Both players take 3 damage. Lobelia is just going to go right on top of Kai. That was a nice Wild Swing from Kai to go ahead and get that Stun Edge. Alright, looks like Kai's just going to advance 3 straight into Rachel's face. We're just going to go ahead and prep in the corner. Rachel does want to play at range, but I have played Brawling Rachel before. It's not the worst thing in the world. It is a bit against what she wants to do in the overall run, but she does have another copy of Sweep in the form of the electric chair, which is pretty funny. Same normals as everyone else. Alright, we're gonna see the parry come out. Looks like we're literally just parrying Sweep. Makes sense. Sweep is a heavy hitting card. Don't really want to ever be hit by that. Sweep ruining card economy is not exactly the most fun thing to experience in the world. Like Kai player just gonna go ahead and throw out a strike, an EX strike at that. Woo! What are they thinking of throwing out right here? This could be any number of things in all honesty. Can't be the sweep, can't be the stun edge, obviously. And Spike wouldn't be played here anyways. We're just gonna sweep come out into the EX grasp. Life total still being even, Rachel having the card advantage now. Sweeping a stun dipper, which is the free gauge card for Kai if he doesn't decide if he is not able to play it as an attack. Otherwise, it is a range 4 sweep or range 4 assault like. Rachel has the card advantage here. We'll see how she takes advantage of this. Or just decides to play it safe. I mean, we could see. I think Rachel's just reads close. Yeah, just reads close. So unfortunately, she's not going the other side of it. Looks like she's just going to go straight to her lightning rod to take another action. Makes sense. Get out of the corner with Kai. Just going to go ahead and prep afterwards. Yeah, everything checking out very normal so far. You don't need to be any closer to the opponent than you absolutely have to as Rachel. Brawling Rachel is not preferred, like I said. Alright, we're just going to see Kai Exceed. I don't think I've exceeded as Kai before. This is an interesting one. All exceeding as Kai does is that when you cancel for the first time, instead of just getting to move one, you also get to advance, or you also get to draw one. Now we're at range 5 here. Ridge only has one gauge. I'm guessing we're probably going to see one of the little bellies again. There's not really much else that we're going to probably see here. There's the other stun edge into the flying Lobelia, which will push Kai, but Kai's just going to hit back. Alright, so that happens during cleanup, so we'll see a lightning rod go on Kai's space yet again. Now, I believe this is both buttons down. One of them was used as the ability, the other one was used as force and got put into gauge. At some point, I'm guessing the one that was put in gauge was spent to do that retreat there. Well, that is both stun dippers down, or stun edges down for Kai now. So the only way, or they have a couple ways back in. They have the stun dipper. They have the, I believe it's the, not the dire eclat, the Foundry arc. They have the Foundry arc. They have dive. So they still have plenty of ways in. They only have one gauge, so we're not looking at any of their ultimates right now. It looks like they're just gonna prep though. They do have to be a tad bit careful because Rachel does have a lightning rod on their space, so if they do attempt to just do a strike, we could just see a grasp or something fast played from Rachel in order to proc that lightning rod and just stun Kai out of whatever they're trying to do, especially with them being out of stun edges. The only other one having guard, I believe, is the Foundry Arc, which would go past the Lightning Rod. I'm kind of curious if that is, if we're going to see another Lobelia played here. Or just have a block being played. This is just a cross to go ahead and activate the Lightning Rod, potentially. Not sure if they will activate the Lightning Rod. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're activating the Lightning Rod. Looks like they're just going full screen because now they don't get hit by anything. And it requires Kai to go ahead and spend more stuff in order to get in. Kai probably thinking to themselves right now how the heck they're supposed to get in other than just pitching a million cards or hoping for that other copy of Assault with the advanced 3. Kai, of course, could play something to just strictly get in a strike and make Rachel throw a card, but the problem is that if they throw the wrong thing, they could just get lightning rodded for their troubles and stunned out of it. I think the only real option that I could see them playing a strike for to actually get in without just throwing a bunch of cards on the table would probably be the Foundry Arc. Or the Foundry. Because Foundry is not going to get stunned out by the Lightning Rod because it has 3 guard. He will take 2 damage for his troubles, but at least they're back in. They could also just, they're just going to prep again. Rachel's just going to go ahead and throw an attack here to go ahead and probably proc the Lightning Rod or look to. Or this could be another Lobelia. Of course, the only one that hits here is the tiny Lobelia. We'd also see something like a block to get Gauge. Yeah, there's the tiny Lobelia into the Vapor Thrust. So Vapor Thrust will go first. Alright. Cross gets out of Gauge. Tiny Lobelia will go on Kai's space. Now, Kai at range 3 with Rachel having 1 card in hand is a little bit scary. The only thing I can think that would make it less scary is if Rachel was holding on to something like Tempest Dahlia. We're just going to see the guard boosted from Kai, though. Into a cancel. They're just making whatever they're about to play here safe. I'm guessing they're going to draw 1, and we're going to see if they move 1 as well. I'm guessing they will. Yeah, just move to range 2 real fast. This does put them out of range of the Tempest Dahlia. We're going to see the Assault into the Dive. This is not going to be looking good for Rachel here for a second. Health totals are evened up. Rachel's in the corner with not a lot of resources. Kai having 5 cards in hand is a tad bit scary, having the corner pressure here. We're going to see another Wild Swing come out from the Rachel. The sweep into the Grasp, which this is actually pretty funny because we can throw into the Lightning Rod and then proc the Lightning Rod for 4 damage. We're going to take 6 backs ourselves. We're going to get swept, but we did get a Grasp into Lobelia, which is pretty neat. And we got him back at range 3. Which means that Tempest Dahlia is back on the table if we do want to play it. We do have 4 Gauge on Rachel's side here, so we do have plenty of options we can do. We can look for a CC, we can look for Overdrive, we just have a lot of options. We just gotta be careful because Kai is at range 3. We're just gonna go for the prep here. Back to Kai's turn. Now, if I'm Kai, I am a tad bit concerned about this Tempest Dahlia, but we also do have Gauge, so we can go ahead and cancel if we want to. It looks like we're just going to add a card to gauge, get that 4th gauge, and draw a card for end of turn. We do have our ultimates on the table now. Now, we don't have the EX, we do have the EX Ride the Lightning available, but we do not have the EX, I believe it is the Sacred Edge. We do not have EX the Sacred Edge. We no longer have EX Ride the Lightning either. We're just going to spend that gauge in order to cancel the Ride the Lightning. Draw 1, look to potentially move into range 2, I'm guessing. I don't think we want to move backwards, yeah. Now, we do have an additional range, so we could look to hit with pretty much anything that we really want here. This could indeed also just be something like a Grasp if we want, but I did see EX Grasp earlier, so actually this cannot be a Grasp. Right? Yeah. There's a Dire Eclat. 6 damage to a Dire Eclat. Go ahead and draw Kai 2 cards. Puck sitting back for 4. This is a very close game. Now, the notable thing here is both Bud and Bud and Lily are down, so we are not going to see Rachel really get to leave this position. Both Bud and Buns were thrown a bit early in the game to get favorable positioning, but now we're in a bit of a unfortunate spot. One, two, three. We're gonna go to our backside here. So I believe on the backside that we are able to push and pull as well on the opponent. And then also for 3 turns, we are going to be able to play continuous boost from our hands as a free action at the beginning of each of our turns. Looks like Kai might be looking to end this game, though. We're going to see the scramble dropped into a cancel. Draw 1. Kai potentially move to range 1 or does not move at all. We'll have to see if we can get a good draw from Rachel here, because otherwise we are in a bit of danger. Six health is not a lot. Of course, I'm not really sure what we have that kills here other than... Alright, we're moving back 1. We don't have enough for any of our ultimates. It looks like we're going to boost the other... Alright, so it looks like we're going to stay range 2. I think they realized that Kai only gets to do the move draw 1 once. We're going to go for the range 2 strike here with the scramble. +1 power into the electric chair, and that will do it. Kai is going to take this match. Yeah, that wild swing from Kai into the DP, the advanced 3 spaces out of the lightning rod, put him closer to Rachel, really kind of really helped here. A very important wild swing in this match. Alright, so we'll see the first match going to F9 here. That was a good setup from him in that last in that part there. Was able to keep the pressure up and then eventually just kind of took it. We're going to see Arakune into Gold Lewis. Arakune is an interesting character. We've seen Gold Lewis enough times, I don't really need to cover him. But Arakune has a lot of interesting stuff. Arakune's whole game plan is mostly going to be setting up their overdrive area in order to get these diverse numbers so they can get the enhanced stats from their backside. Because once they exceed, that is their window in which they want to actually kill the opponent. Because we kind of have a bunch of just strange cards here. We have a strictly range 4. We have a speed dodge. We have a dive like. We have the 2 cards that hit odds and evens. Then we have the strictly range 2, and then the 3 to 7. And then we have the really goofy Astral that does 99 damage if it stuns. Stunning Goldlow sounds a little bit hard, but it is doable with the right setup. Getting this Astral off, though, does feel like an achievement sometimes. Alright, Goldlow is, of course, starting off with that increased hand size. We're going to see the United States Secretary of Defense versus the Math Bug. Our favorite little math bug. We're going to see the 4-card mole from the Goldlow. We're going to see 1, 2, potentially more from the Aracune. See only 2 cards mold so far. Looks like we're getting that 3rd right now. There we go. Goldlow is having the first turn here. Looks like they're going to boost the +1 range. Kind of threaten some more options. Well, notably, Goldlow is normally pretty good at range 1 to 2. But with this range boost, we could see something like Behemoth Typhoon Rise hit at range 4. Alright, Aracune just go ahead and take the first strike into the Goldlow with the +1 range. Goldlow, of course, does not have to adhere to the +1 range. They could play something like a dive if they wanted, but I imagine we'll see them play just something. We'll see something here. Be any number of things. We're going to see the spike into the dive. Range 4 spike, not going to do it for Goldlow, so we're going to see Aracune get that first hit in. Alright. We're going to see the +1 power, +1 armor now return a special to hand to return that special that was just spent to the hand. With +1 range. One of the many Behemoth Typhoons. Aracune now at range 1, thinking about what they want to do. This is the odd-numbered range, which means that we do have options to hit the permutation NR. Of course, it will take all 3 force to actually hit this move, but it is an option in case they want it. We're going to see Aracune keep up the pressure here. See, the grass played into the cross. 4 damage grass was going to throw Aracune into the corner, making the health totals a little bit more even. Goldlow's advantage. Alright. We got the EX boost from Goldlow's, making their attacks, or next to whatever they decide to swing with, a bit more powerful. More speed, more power. EX is always good. We're going to see the wall jump from Aracune. So Aracune just went from range 1, or range 2 to range 6. That is always one of the dangers of throwing Aracune in the corner, is that you can't end up with the wall teleport from them. Because Aracune does not have to play at a normal range, since he does have the ability to just play with those odd and even range stuff. We're just going to see the advanced 2 from Goldlow's, though. Goldlow's does have option to range 4 cards. We have the normal ones. We have Dive. We have those other range 4 options. What was it? Like the Slam. We could always just boost the range again. make pretty much everything range 4 again. Yep, there it is. Now everything is range 4 yet again. Goldlow's just playing the boosting game. They could play this forever if they really wanted to. Goldlow's has access to, I think it's most cards in the game that's not Season 2 character. Nah, there's another character that has also, but this is, Goldlow's has the most diverse cards in the game. From Season 7. And in most other seasons too, actually, yeah. A very big amount of diverse cards. Wait, what is it? Does he have 8 specials? Is that how much he has? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 specials. 8 specials, 2 ultras. Big fat deck. Goldlow's pondering what they want to go ahead and do here. They still have a lot of options available to them. Arcune's. Arcune's. It was actually Arcune's turn. Apparently, I got lost in thought. We're going to see a parry come out for the Behemoth Typhoon spin. We're going to reveal no Behemoth Typhoon spin. We got a good look here. We got a download the system, a hurl, a rise, a drop, and a block. Notably, there is only one card that actually hits at this range. Yeah. Notably, only one card that hits at this range, and it is indeed that Behemoth Typhoon Rise. At least in the hand right now. We could see a massive CC. Looks like we're just going to see a parry of the speed dodge. There is no speed dodge, so now we get to see the other hand. We have a permutation NR, that's the odd numbered hitting one. We have a block, a sweep, and both of the dive light cards. That is actually pretty funny. We have both Y2 dashes in hand. Arcane just going to go ahead and go for the prep here. Of course, Season 7 is the one season that doesn't have access to reading unless you're playing Anji Mito, which is the only Season 7 character that actually has access to reading. Alright. We're going to see Goldlow shuffle up their hand. It looks like they are more than likely getting ready to strike here. We're going to see the block into the rise. That is pretty much what I thought we were going to see here, unless they happen to draw something that hits at range 4 as well. Rise is just a guaranteed hit. Might as well take it. Okay, just decide here what they want to pitch. 6 speed, 6 damage rise. 2 cards if they want to take no damage, 1 card if they just want to get their block to gauge. They're just going to spend the dive from gauge in order to get the block in there. Alright. On to Arcune's turn. Arcune having access to that EX dive if they want it. Well, the EX Y2 dash, which is their dive leg if they want to. It will not get the bonus, though, so I'm guessing they won't. Looks like we're just seeing a boost. +1 range and -1 power. Minimum and maximum. That's a little bit weird to me, because I think Goldlow's is kind of happy when you give them range, max range. they can pull something out like another or Typhoon Rise. I mean, we could also see just something like an Assault from Aracune. I was going to see Brute Strength boosted for Gold Lowest, +2 power, and on hit gain advantage. So they're going to have -1, so they're effectively getting +1 power and hit gain advantage here from this boost, and +1 max and minimum range. So another player is going to be hitting at range 1 here. I wonder if we're going to see the Assault Blade here from Aracune with that +1 range, just to have the range 2 Assault. We could see the other Y2 dash come out. We're going to see the Rise played. So this is a 6 power Rise, which will not stun the sleep because there's -1 power. We will see the Hurl thrown. Seeing a range 4 battle between these two characters is kind of funny to me. It's not really what I expected the match to be like, but here we are. We got +1 range on Gold Lewis's side that first strike. We got +1 range on Aracune's side that gave Gold Lewis another 4 range. So where's it end with these silly 4 range strikes? This is kind of just looking like a standard game of Exceed, though. We're not seeing any like fancy things from any fancy things going on here. Kind of seeing standard game. So there's nothing wrong with that. We're gonna see the Gold Lewis Exceed here. This is gonna give them much better card economy. Aracune not wanting to be left behind in the cards is gonna continue to draw as well. Alright, we're gonna see the special return to hand again. I'm guessing we're just seeing, yeah, the 5 speed. Yep. Behemoth Typhoon Rise is returned to hand once again. Gonna probably see more use. Gonna see the strike come out from Aracune. Of course, there's a few options here. There's the Y2 dash. There's the, right now, the evens one. Yeah, range 4, that's the evens one. You could also see the disjoint union come out here. I'm gonna see the focus played. Disjoint union is in fact played. It's only 3 damage, so we're gonna take no damage from this. Yep, disjoint union does not help too much if the opponent is not stunned. We got the first card in overdrive for Aracune. Of course, each card that ends up in Aracune's overdrive is going to reduce the overdrive cost by 1, so it is now 7. So we are lacking 4 cards here. Yeah, we're lacking 4 cards to complete the puzzle. Gold Lewis with the full hand here is going to think about what they want to do. They could just boost the more cards. They could go for some kind of strike. We're going to see the guard boosted into the strike. I'm guessing... Oh. What is this? It's not the strike. It's the advance or retreat one. Put a special from your discard pile into your hand. We're seeing the other Rise put into hand. So now we have EX Rise in hand. So we have a 6-speed option with 4 power on defense and 6 power on offense. That's a tad bit scary. Of course, we do have to worry about the speed gate being played as well. Goalless at range 3 has plenty of options if they want, and if they boost the range, they get even more options. This is a pretty scary place to be. Arakune's probably thinking to themselves they want to get that other wall jump soon. So they don't have to be here anymore. I know I certainly wouldn't want to be there. Yeah. Both players just taking a moment to think here, it looks like. Alright. I want to see the other +1 range boosted here. Now, this is a little bit awkward again. I mean, it's -1 power, so it's kind of whatever. But the +1 range is always kind of awkward. It's not as awkward at range 3, it's more awkward at range. It just pretty much eliminates Assault from the table, Assault and Dive. Anything that wants to hit at range 1 after closing and advancing is going to be off the table now. Everything else that hits at range 2+ is still on the table, plenty fine. We're just going to see one card dropped here from Goldless. Seeing the Ultra dropped from Aracune here, the 4 damage Ultra. So the 4 damage Ultra is going to push Behemoth Typhoon Slam out, but I believe it's only going to deal 1 damage to Slam? Yeah, it's only going to deal 1 damage to Slam. They could just pull Slam in as well. That's probably what they'll do, because then Slam will miss. I believe if they push it out, it'll still hit because of the +1 range. Yeah, they're just going to pull Slam in. Yeah, 3 gauge used to validate the ult. Disjoint, sweep, and the other. Has -1 power, so Goldless actually takes no damage. Yeah. That was a pretty funny interaction. That was pretty goofy. I enjoyed that. Alright, both the +1 range options are gone for Aracune now. So we're not going to see any more of the shenanigans that involve that +1 range. Now Goldlow is just going to look here and take a second to think of what they actually want to play. I think probably the things they're thinking about right now is they can be hit by any number of interesting options. They got the speed dodge, they got the grasp, they got sleep, they got focus, all that kind of stuff. Aracune laying down their own strike. They could also just play the permutation NR if they really want to. No, we're just gonna see the sweep into the drop here. Oh my goodness, Rose calling out those slow options at range 1 from Aracune. That is not feel good. And now they have to discard 2 cards at random. And that was on defense. Oh my goodness. That is brutal. Arachne's in shambles here for their card economy. Gold Lewis is looking to take advantage of this, full advantage. This could turn very, very bad for Arcane very, very quick. We could see our math bug just melt here. We'll have to see what ends up getting played. We have +6 cards, so pretty much everything is safe here, too. Arcane doesn't have any options of just straight up say ignore guard on them. Yeah, this is a bit rough. Arcane kind of thinking to themselves here how they're going to get out of the situation. We're going to see the Wild Swing come out. Into the Speed Dodge. It does not have higher speed. It has the same printed speed, so validating this does nothing. So I imagine we're just going to invalidate this. Yep. Invalidate. Next is the F inverse, which is also invalid. The other speed dodge, which is also invalid. This is unfortunate amount of wild draws here. Hopefully Arcane can get something here. They got the focus. That works out. I'm not sure if Arcane took their 2 yet. I do not believe they did. Just want to make sure real fast. Cool. That was my mistake. 3+3 armor from the invalid ult. And those ults always catching me off guard. See the Disjoint Union played from hand. This will actually work out. That is... wow. Alright. Arcane 2 cards away from the Mayhem stage of this game. I guess the F inverse wasn't bad being drawn, huh? Alright, I see the EX dropped from Gold Lewis. +1 armor, +4 guard. Looking to be able to survive long enough to actually get to that overdrive. We're going to see the grass boosted. Gold Lewis is just looking to set up something nasty here, aren't they? Dive to tech the EX. Alright, we're seeing the +1 power, spend up to 3 force for each force spent, close up to 1. This is a little bit dangerous because if Arcane has the other F of G in hand, we could see just them just leave. Only 10 cards remaining in deck, it is a possibility that they have it. 1, they're just going to close 1, 2, close 2. Will we see the third close? Good old Skyfish. This next attack is still looking to hurt. Oh, no. Oh, we just saw the close 1, then cancel. I see, that wasn't another force being spent. I'm pretty sure we already know what this is. This is just probably the EX Rise, is what I have to imagine. This has been in the hand forever. Of course, I can't check the discard to see if that's true. Oh, we're seeing the permutation N of R being played here. No, it's a spin. Holy damage. Alright. This is 6, 7, 8, 9 damage Typhoon Spin. Minus 2 armor, that's 7 damage Typhoon Spin. Of course, the permutation NR is actually, unfortunately... Yeah, they're just going to make the Arcanine spend 3/4 if they actually want to hit this attack here. Behemoth Typhoon Spin will see 2 armor, so they're only taking 3 of this damage if this actually does go off. That's 2 force. I have this feeling we might not see an Overdrive Arcanine in this game. I'm normally used to seeing Overdrive Arcanine. But we are just kind of seeing a pretty just standard Exceed game here. Ah yes, the goofy Arcanine Grasp startup. We have the focus being stolen out of Goldless's hand, put into the Arcanine Gauge. We are still 1 card away, 0 cards away from Overdrive, so actually we might see the Overdrive here happen in a second. I am guessing we're about to see the mayhem start. Ten cards left in the Gold Lewis deck. 8 cards for the Arcanine Drive. Don't know if these are the exact numbers that they want. 5, 5, 5, 3, 1, 4, 1, 7. It's an interesting setup of numbers. Now the funny part is that I believe on this backside, they could make a spicy end to infinity, but they probably won't have the gauge to play it. But I believe it's possible, and I think it'd be pretty funny. Oh, Golos is just going to CC the hand. We'll probably see another CC here in a second. Unsure if Arcanine has another focus left. Yep, there's the Overdrive. Alright, we're about to see this Arcanine Shenanigans Spice now. The Spice Train is on its way. Alright. Eat Strike. They just got a card with the same speed. They can do some wacky stuff. Alright. We have to be a bit careful here. Everything's going to get +2 speed, or it's +1 speed, right? Yeah, it's +1 speed, +2 power, and -8 minimum range, so pretty much everything hits. Assuming it matches the speed of whatever is discarded from the Overdrive. Also, don't let Arcanine's Overdrive fool you. They still have to do their Overdrive tick, so it's not as big as it looks. Mostly depends how much they use it for their actual ability or not. See the guard get pulled out. That's going to be a 6 power assault onto the Behemoth Typhoon Crush. So this will be a 6 for 5 trade. Alright, we have the ultra close game here now, and I imagine next strike will probably determine what happens. Arakune's advantage, so of course they have to perform the overdrive. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Disjoint Union got dropped. Looks like we're going to seal the top card of our deck. And we will drop the... one of the fives. I'm going to drop the Speed Gate. Will we keep up this pressure? So of course, having hand knowledge is both a blessing and a curse. 4 health. For us, feels like they're in trouble. They could just play the slam, get the free armor. So playing Grasp is a little bit risky here. If there is another Grasp. We're actually going to Wild Swing here. Uh-huh. A little bit scary because this is for game. Yeah, we're just going to drop the cross. It is the Grasp. Alright. That is F9 taking it 2-0 over Rose. That overdrive was pretty nasty. Finally got to see it at the end of the game, but it was pretty... It did its job. It did its job well. Congratulations to F9 for taking that set 2-0. I'll go ahead and stick around and see if the players decide to play the last game for data, or if they are just done after this. Both players did play very well. Yep, we're going to see the last one played. Alright, so we're going to have Angie versus Leo. Now, the funny part about this matchup is that Angie has a lot of slower countery cards that move them. Leo, on his backside, has a lot of faster, more powerful cards that are going to, yeah, just kind of hit harder. So we'll have to see the slow. We're probably going to see a slower side of Anji play against this Leo. We could also see the aggro Anji, but I imagine we'll probably see a slower Anji played against Leo, especially once Leo exceeds. On that backside, we'll see the +1 power, +1 speed. Leo going to take the first turn to prep, get those options in hand so they can go ahead and start swinging. Start swinging. +4 guard boosted for Anji immediately, looking to build up that gauge. Or just make whatever they're about to play safe. Leo opening up with the first strike. Alright, we're going to see the Fujin in response to the Graviate Verde. The Fujin will hit first. So they will be trading 3 for 5. That will cause 1. Nothing else happens with the fireball. Fujin draws 1 on hit. We're going to see the strike again from Anji. Alright. We just saw Slash Plate into Rin. We're going to see EX Cross Plate into the block. Block is being hit for 4 right now. Looks like they're just going to take the 2. Prep from Anji. Back to Leo. This game is pretty fast-paced compared to the other ones. Pretty high-tempo game. Alright, we're going to see an EX cancel from the Leo player in order to just go ahead and go with the strike. We're going to see the +1 guard, the +2 guard. We're going to see the 6 power dive into the 1 armor, 5 guard Nagiha. Take 2 after armor. This refills Anji's hand again. These players are swinging. 8 health life lead for Leo. +1 speed, hit, push 1 or 2 for the Anji. Boost the kill. +2 speed on next wild swing. Wild swing. This is where things get a bit spooky, because if you choose the wrong option, you get spiked. You're really sad about this. But we do have +1 speed, so we could just see something. Leo also has +1 speed, though, so we're not going to count him out for the speed wins here. Well, Leo actually has +3 speed because of this +2 speed, yeah, so this is kind of scary. Discard for the guard. We're going to see the Sai. We're going to see the focus. Alright, so 3 speed Sai into 3 speed focus. Focus will go first. Deal 2 damage into the Sai after the 3 armor. Sai will hit back and deal 1 damage. And then the opponent has to discard their card, and then Anji gets to draw 3. Yeah, so Leo has to draw first, and then they have to discard their hand. I gotta check on something, so please hold. Alright. We see the Okizeme boosted for Anji here. We're going to see the spike into the L. L. The range 2 dodges here. I'm guessing we're validating this. Are we? I imagine we would. Dust doesn't hit here if we validate this. This is a 7 power, after all. Yeah, I'm guessing we just validate this, right? That was very, very good. Holy smokes. Whew. We see the EX boosted for Anji. Wild Swing, just straight up Wild Swing from Leo. Yeah, I don't think Leo has any reason to be scared right here. We're going to see the 6 power Blitz Slug into the 3 armor, 3 damage taken. We're going to see the 5 power bounce back. This gains advantage. We're just going to keep on swinging. 17 to 4 life. Yeah, we have no fear. We're just going to feel confident in everything we draw. Whew. The other Blitz Slug comes out into the block. Anji probably going to spend into this so they don't just blow up. More advantage. Another Wild Swing. Don't drag the whole deck. F9 accidentally showed too early, so... Gee, the stall verbal, the 10-speed stall verbal into the focus, this actually will kill. So I imagine we just validate this. Yeah, it literally just kills. It's 10-speed stall verbal. Alright. That will go ahead and conclude the game of Rose versus F9. Yeah. Nasty games. Well, I want to thank everyone for hanging out and watching the stream watching the stream. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you very much.